Au ya you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Basically, I gave you to get this again. I say, oh, me, I'm right. And by doing you, I'm a quartet of my trade there. Well, on it goes away. And as I go, that you are not, we say you. Papa Mora, get you up with anywhere, Momba Sivole. Sivole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. We are glad that we want by say so where that you are. I want to say, do a play you about Babomonio. Papa Yangita, petit, brother Sassoni. Kaidaga. Bena Paya Posa Wobo, Mambo Panjago. Apoblo Akaway. One Posa Yokaway. We are for them one money upper clay you can. Nyan Yossi one. What's the cat to your way at Pinion? Emo Nesetoka. Is a book where they have it. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. What's to a gather to your way at Pinion? Emo Nesetoka. Now, with is a book where they have it. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, getting your way when I know sound Fabiane. I do. Let's do what you just grab it to work on. Say your book on ya. Are you an owl? Typo that you know, now we say you over. I want to look like I need a boy. And yes, I'm going to buy the good way. Hey, Imo, I gave one of what I want. I guess me, I'm going to end it the boy. Oh, ow. Bobo that you know now we say you will. So like it tampo when you never yet never go. Netoni and Layo. Hey, are you? Obo just say, oh yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it goes to a jaco, let you know your way. I just know. This is what I say. Bobo, yeah. You like do I name one by one name on tele by Botamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Pinagasia, Baka on Lage, the Pussy, the PSC, the Tonya Sito, you can up one. There was a Bob, was a dressy, Mambo, Balibo, that you know, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. Back to a black guy, do it so say. I just want to lay a back to an apple, you see you okay. Wait, you, Ivo, Saibo, and they get a pop and block where John Bibanglo on the green, I walk like a bad day, noir. Eh, just a was so now when you're naturally stand, let me slay. Bobo that you know, and I will say you over. I'm done in it. Where are you? So on my way. I know Russell, can't pay a gospel. South Africa, your part, your way. Thank you for your work and my one. I'm the Pope and Yaguba. Don't feel it, I say, oh, Clavodio. Say, back in what place we are coming. Say, Bobo that you know, and I will say you over. Aba pepo swelu ni de swelu. Kwa muzu manje dota siko bala. Babo jo ase. Pepo swelu muzo luke. Say ya re ase o baye no. Gen Monday ye. Yo pample yo se Monday ya now. Ariwo ase o baye. Amo amora da o. Saibo de kia no anda we say you. I wish a rule di yo baye. So Saibo, 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 that young one with the Mop man down the Mary, read on your man, that's a room. But you know, I say, is it Mayo? That was the Yasu also mobile, but you. I'm original, I say,
Oui, il a fait une chanson à Mobile Production, voilà. Et Mobile Production, c'est une structure qui est créée pour les jeunes qui sont dans le démon, pour les jeunes de l'US tout. Mobile Production est là pour produire les jeunes talentueux, cachés, que les gens ignorent. Donc notre devoir, c'est de produire des talents cachés. Alors, il a fait un son pour Mobile Production.
Arrangé Eric Glodé, le don de Dieu pour la musique de l'Ouest. Je te détesterai jamais. Jamais, jamais, au grand jamais. Mobile Production, Abia Dia Oboa, Amounia Dro, moi et toi Pierre. Moye, Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye, à toi Pierre qui a volé, Pierre, moye, ah Pierre, oui, d'ato Pierre se prononcer, à toi Pierre qui a volé, à Cossiao, moye, Pierre, moye, moi ça vaut ça, il connaît, moye, Pierre qui m'a volé, m'envoyez-moi, ah Pierre qui m'a volé, m'envoyez-moi, eh Pierre, ah, qui a volé, Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye, Pierre qui a volé, la poignée qui a volé, soy non, du niemble, mon blé amado, let's appeler, qui a mon équipe à yonné, maman qui a yonné, qui a pléboné na kanyopo, si à vous tienne, des kanyopo. Canyon de Cordel, c'est pas du pléa. Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye, regarde, oh, y'a ça, moye, Tibla, on va plus en boba, Pierre, ma moye, Pierre, moye, mon blé production. Au Pierre, mon blé production. Assez au clan, il y a un amour au côté. Pierre, moye, Pierre, moye, Ericona, Pierre, moye, ah, Charlie Cona, Pierre, moye, ah, toi, Pierre, moye. Ah, yeah, Pierre, moye, Erico Jato Pierre, Mare Bomo Jato Pierre, Erico de Bomo Jato Pierre, Miomo Daka, Jolly Koya and Yobopa, Opa, Yede Nani, Blake Kitchen, Tiao, Anade Pro Ajabe Atia, Nuroka de Kiabudia. Ono homono ne kadouble ye. Sobo somo soble so danyo. Paseble asenyo na yeta esa ye dibo sanele. E to piero jawe ke. To piero poinson weke. To piero iwa mopa. Kaya no e ka sene la taya mo la osiane. To piero ki agba ere papa ko. Kia o a to piero moye. Ah, nu agba mo e. Moye, Angela Wayne, Nama Bobo Pablo, Angela Wayne, Angela Joe, Machapake, you, Tarajo. Moye, Angelo, Moye. Oh, Mamma Bokebra, yeah, Mamma Kebra, where you. Ah, je sais ma Jackie, Shadow, Mama Jose, Tania. Hada Nicola, Memotia, Mada Nicola, Taniaji, Nicola Breto Yamo, Ochuachi, Naipo de Wenge, Black and Black Chili Agia, Agia, Moye, Yaro Moye, 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 Yaro Moye, Moye, Ade, Moye, Moye.
Look at me. I don't want this showing. I don't want these parts showing. So you always stay up here. Good evening. Did I say good evening? No. I think I need to start and come back again. Good morning, folks. Samson told from Public Radio already saying good evening because I usually come on an evening anyway. This is the most of the time. I don't come on Saturday. But I thought this is a very important subject matter here tonight, and we'll try to today. So please forgive me if I try to mix the days up. Samson told from Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again this morning for joining us here. We're here to have fun. So it's very important that we try to do this. As I told you before, I was going to do a bowl. Here's my bowl here this afternoon, this morning, to you. Some of you in afternoon, some of you way evening time. But I'm going to do my best, and this is the first time that I'm doing this on this here. So I hope that some of my writing will come through, and hopefully we'll be able to enjoy it together. I have my son who always want to be behind the camera, doesn't want to be in front of the camera, which that's okay with me. I would negotiating price here, how much LPR need to pay him for being a cameraman. So we're negotiating the price. I will call Alfonso later on, and Alfonso will tell me what to pay him. But knowing Alfonso and Nathaniel, they're going to take the price so high that I might not be able to afford that. I know them. But anyway, I'll deal with that later, folks, on a serious note. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Samson Tola, Brumpa Radio. I've talked to Mr. Alfonso, who is our leader, and I've talked to Mr. Nathaniel Crypaw, who's also our leader, about what I'm about to do. And since this is a public radio news, and we also bring you some information, they want to make sure that I do it correctly. I shouldn't make things up. And so I will try my best to tell you what I know. And if you have questions, my phone line is going to be open here. If you have questions, you can ask the question. And when you ask a question, if I don't know it, I will tell you I don't know. To be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous right now because I haven't done this before, and to be able to do the writing and everything, everybody's seeing what you're doing, that's kind of a little bit nerve wracking. But I'm cool. Nothing faze me. If I'm wrong, so what? No, I'm not going to be wrong. I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Not that I'm going to be correct all the time. And those of you that are engineers that want to pay attention to it, please help me out. If you have questions, if something I'm doing here that is not right, please point it out. I'll be looking at your comments as well on Facebook, and then I can immediately try to correct it. The intent here is to help people to understand what the role process is. So if I'm doing something in terms of roles and it's not correct, please correct me immediately. Like I said, I'm not big or handsome enough not to eat crow. I will eat crow if I'm wrong. But if you're going to point out something, since we're in this to be able to have our brothers and sisters to understand what we're talking about, please be specific. And if for some reason you don't know exactly what you're trying to say, because perhaps you're not an engineer, you can say so. I'm not an engineer, but I think, is this what you're talking about? Then I will try to, if I'll do my best to do, I got a lot of books here, engineering books all over the place here that I'm going to try and do research immediately and try to tell you what the information is. So let's get on with it. It's Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon to some of you, those of you that have to go places this afternoon. Please be careful. Leave your house on time or even 15 minutes before time. Don't rush yourself. If you have to leave and you don't want to be with us here, that's fine. You can come back later on after your whatever you have to do. You can still come back and be able to replay the show. But don't rush yourself. Don't stay on LPR and then wait until time get too close, then you rush out. That's not safe. Always carry a blanket with you. Always carry a flashlight with you. Always make sure you have water with you in the car, that is. And by this time, I hope all of the information that I'm giving you about your car, your antifreeze, your windshield wiper blade, and the fluid, your thermostat, all of those things are checked. Your brakes, the brakes now with the winter time, this is the most important time to have good brakes, because if you don't have good brakes, you're in trouble. So make sure your brakes are checked. It doesn't matter how old the car is. If you have good brakes, you stay out of trouble most of the time, because if you can't stop, you're gonna hit somebody. Insurance gonna come in. Your insurance gonna go up. It costs money. And here in California, if you do something, anything, they put point on your license. I mean, not on your license, but on your insurance. Okay, so those are the things you need to be careful with. This is Samson Toe. Take care of your car, and your car will take care of you. Come with me as we're going to be going on to the boya within the next 5 minutes or so. This is Samson Toe. I'm anxious. I'm very anxious to do this. I want to welcome all of you. I've been listening on a Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning. Thank you very much. I think you're in for a good trip here this afternoon because Samson to Blaku is gonna be on it. ST, turn the camera that way some more. More. Okay. Will you please close the door? Folks, I'm in the house. It's a ST, zoom out. Not in, zoom out a little bit more. Okay, good, right there. But turn it to my left a little bit. Okay, folks, he's my son, and I hope Nathaniel cry poor and Nathaniel, and Alfonso are watching, because if they ask me to pay this man more money than what I'm supposed to, then they and myself gonna have a conversation, because I'm teaching him right now, and he doesn't need to make a lot of money. I'm teaching him. For somebody I'm teaching, they should be able to understand that. Okay, let's go on. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is our president, Dr. Weah, who is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And I got a few things that I'm going to be saying here before that. Quite recently, I'll just touch a little bit of politics here, not long, just a little politics. Quite recently, we heard the Secretary of I think, not Internal Affairs, Secretary Nathaniel McGill threatening to sue Front Page Africa and Randy Shea. And we also heard uh, uh, the Minister of Finance was not too happy. The point that I'm going to make on this is this. The journalist going to write, whether you like it or not, they're going to write. Here in this country, they got what they call Inquirer. All of these papers, the newspapers, that they make things up. If you read it, you don't even believe that these things are happening. But still, they have freedom. Let the man write. Those of you that are taxed to manage the government, the Republic of Liberia government, manage the affair of the government. I know our people are not quite up to tax and they tend to believe whatever it is, but you show them that the fact that somebody have written bad stuff about you, your character is better. You know who you are by this stage. Nothing Ronnie Shea gonna write that will change your character. You know you have built your characters over all these years. Your friends, people know who you are. So one writing will not damage anything. Let them write. Let people like Samson told them come and help you and make big mouth about you. That's okay. Pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure the international community and the people of Republic of Liberia, and especially Dr. Weah, is satisfied with what you're doing. What Randy should write or what have you. If you know something is not happening, you read something like this, you don't have to threaten lawsuit. You have a press conference. Explain yourself, not in details. Well, I just want to touch on a few things here that Brother Rans, the front page wrote. Well, whatever that is written in front page is not quite like that because of some other reason, national security reason or something that we're not quite ready to divulge to you. This is what I have to say to you. And all I can say that what is written is not true. But in due course, we'll come back to you and give you all of the story. And that's that. You threaten lawsuit. If Liberia, if it's the justice system is fair, you go to court with Randy Shaw. The guy what they call discovery. Now I'm not a lawyer. Don't hold me on it. But in discovery, my understanding, he's going to ask for everything that he wants to defend himself. Are you prepared to open the books of Liberia to the public? If that is demanded of you, why will you put yourself through that? He's talking about Liberian people money. He wrote about it. Now you're going to go sue him. You think it's not going to be about your character? No, it's not. He's going to challenge you. He's going to tell you to open the book. If what I'm saying, if it's wrong, let's see. Let's open your book. Let's open your financial record. Are you prepared to make Liberian people financial record public? And you're talking about Dr. Weah and the houses and things at Dr. Weah government. So if he asks you, let's see the asset declaration. Are you prepared to release it? Why put ourselves through all of this wrangling? Pay attention, pay no attention to these kinds of stuff. Pay attention to what you're taxed to do. That is my only advice to my brothers. So I just thought that I'd throw that in there. I'm going to try to stay away from politics. Okay, I will jump on to what I spent all the money for the bull for. I will jump on it, but before that, let me play this video of Dr. Weir uh, during the campaign where he went through. Now, the reason that I continue to play this video, people calling me now, oh, Samson told the Dr. Weir, because every time I call him Dr. Weir, that's the title. I can't change that. Yes, it's what I want you guys that keep criticizing me, that I'm praising. It's not the matter of praising. I don't want anything from the people of from the Republic of Liberia. I don't want job. You know that. So your criticism for me, it doesn't even face me. He's Dr. Weir. What else you want me to call him? He doesn't play football anymore. I can't call him number 9 or whatever jersey he's wearing. I can't call him AC Milan player. He doesn't play for them anymore. He's a president of the Republic of Liberia. He's a Dr. Weir. If I was in Liberia during the election, if I was to have the opportunity, I wasn't going to vote for Dr. Weir and his people. But the fact that Liberian people saw in him that he's capable of leading us, go up and count down, he's my president. Even if I never voted for him, he's my president. I must respect him. I don't want anything from them. I'm okay. What I'm doing, I'm okay. My son is behind my camera. I'm doing this Saturday money. We're getting ready from here. We're going to my brother's place to have fun this Saturday. What do I want? If I want to go to Liberia, go to Liberia, go to Town. What do I want? I don't want job. That's not the point. But the fact here is, the Republic of Liberia is not a banana republic. And the people have an election. Free and fair election. You went through the Supreme Court. They ruled in the favor of the Liberian people. And they went for election. Dr. Weir was elected. Duly elected. Why can't we accept that? Why can't we accept it and respect the office of the president and the person that occupies the office? We fight about that. We say they can't do this. We say they can't do that. The people taking money. Mind you now, some of us have no proof whatsoever. We just come out and blab it out. But it's your right. As long as you're a Liberian citizen, you have the right to criticize. But your criticism must be responsible. You must do it with responsibilities. Because that way you become credible in the eyes of the Liberian people. So my point to you this morning is this. Criticize me, it doesn't matter. My name is Bloku. In Queenable District, it means elephant skin. Those of you that are from the countryside, when the people kill elephant, you know how to take the elephant skin in? You got to boil it for almost 3 days before you can put your teeth through it. And you think you can't boil me. This elephant skin, you can't boil it. So it's tough. Something too. I'm ready to get on this Saturday morning, folks. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. So anyway, let me now play you the video of Dr. Weir. I will continue to call him Dr. Weir. Criticize me, say whatever name you want to say. And every time that people that I know that's supposed to know better and come out, oh, you see this now, I will continue to say, I'm not a sedition. I'm a Liberty Party member. However, the election is over. I must support the government of the Republic of Liberia. And I must criticize if I see something that is not right, specifically something that is done in my area of study that I have knowledge on, then I will say this is not right because I can prove it. I can show you what they did and what is right. I can tell you where to go all over the world and show you example. And then you'll say, okay, well, Mr. Two is right. But I can't sit here with you and tell you, say, the lawsuit these people are threatening is illegal. I'm not a lawyer. I can't speak to that effectively. I can run my mouth because I got a big mouth, but I cannot speak to that effectively to certify you because I'm not a lawyer. But when it comes to road issues, I will speak to it because I'm an engineer and I know about roads. I mean, at least a little bit about roads. So I will do my best this afternoon, to you in the afternoon, to here is morning. I will do my best to bring you up to date what I think we need to know. And I want you to understand as I go through this process this afternoon, I'm not looking for a job. I will continue to say that I'm not looking for a job. What I am looking for is to prepare the young people because I was in Liberia. My friend took me to Liberia. Very, very nice guy. He paid my way and took me to Liberia after 37 years out of Liberia. Well, I'm not going to go into detail, but he took me to Liberia for me to, show his young engineer because they had an engineering firm. And I was able to, I stayed there for 2 months and show them some stuff. Okay, but I understand that the young people that are coming out of the University of Liberia and out of Stella Marie, yeah, another university, technical or engineering school, they're up to task, but there are certain things that was lacking. And this is my position. The people at public work, the engineers at public work are very good. I have no question. But if I sit here and watch people do the kinds of things they do in road construction, then it lead me to wonder who's watching these people, who's making these things up, who's giving these design to these people to build these kinds of stuff. What is the standard they're using? And since I know a little bit of that, I decided I'm going to open my mouth. But before I open my mouth, let's go ahead and let me play you once again. I want you to take this into consideration. When Dr. Weah was running campaign, he walked all over Liberia in the rainy season. And that's why he's so fixed on road construction. I keep telling you that. You don't want to believe it? I can't help you. But I will continue to pound that into your heads. That is, if you will allow me. You have a choice to close your mind. But if you open your mind to me, this is exactly what I want you to understand. Some of us, when you're doing something, there are certain things in your life that you put your finger on. Say, from now on, I will do this. For example, I'll use myself as an example. When I came in this country, I used to play football back home. Now, on a real heavy level now. But I used to play high school football. Okay? I put my hand into club and things like that, but I wasn't that much successful because I didn't pay too much attention to it. And as I was just getting ready to pay attention to it, coming to America was already in my mind. So, but when I got here, because of some other reason which I'm not prepared to explain to you, I started smoking cigarette. And then when I got to school, the school wanted me to play play soccer for them. I can't play and smoke at the same time. So we went to practice, and I found that I was breathing heavily than I used to. So one afternoon, I bought myself a cigarette. I didn't even light it. I crumbled it in my hand. I said, from now on, no more smoking. And I know the day and the year and the time, because that's one of the points in my life that I decided to change. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So as you watch this video, Dr. Weah was going all over the country campaigning. But when you see somebody who walk in the mud of Liberia, this is not Monrovia. I don't know what it says here. But somebody who walked in the mud during the campaign, you can feel that he felt within himself. If I'm successful to become president, I will make sure my people are the suffering with respect to road condition in this country. I will do whatever that I can to alleviate these people with this problem. So I think Dr. Weah, with this video that I'm about to show you, decided to fix himself on roads. So let's play. Sam Sinto, Liberian Public Radio.
Let's make sure you do that same thing for you can hold.
will not hold a stake. You are on the shoulder, you must stay. We're going to junior that before. No, I beg you.
There you have it. That's just one video. This video, every time, this is my opening. This is the video that I use to open my show. And the reason I explained to you already. Now, I have not talked to Dr. Weah to examine him or question him. These are speculation that I believe. But my speculation is based on my belief. And I'm entitled to that. Okay, I believe Dr. Weah is so fixed on the role because of this type of condition that he himself experienced during the election. So, as someone who is in the role business, I will support him. The only issue is it must be done correctly. Even if it's not up to standard. But why not? We're all living in 2018. Why we can't bring ourselves to standard? But anyway, that's besides the point. I'll talk about that later. Let me now play you another video. Public Works Minister. Again, folks, let's get this straight. What I'm about to do here is not to criticize anybody. Like I said, I don't want job. I'm okay with what I have. I'm okay with what I have. I'm not even going to go to children business because I got almost 700 children. So I'm not going to touch my children business. But it's on a very serious note. I don't want job. Not that I don't want to help my people, but I'm not quite prepared for it. And I'm going to be honest with myself and be honest with whoever that have these kinds of stuff in mind. If I'm not prepared, just take it because I want prestige or namesake, then I'm not going to serve the people correctly because I'm not prepared. I got family here that I also have to consider. So all of these things, all of these dynamics, they're in play. We're working on them. That's fine, but I'm not quite prepared. Okay, let's leave it as that. I will show you now the Minister of Public Works, where he and Dr. Weah was out quite recently. And this particular video comes from Big Knock himself, the LPR of Finkerman, the man who's behind everything. Right now, if Nathaniel say, okay, Samson told enough is enough, you're talking to me, I'll shut you up. He can stay right there in Philadelphia and shut me up because he's in control. So he played this here the last time. But let me play it for you. Let me play it for you on a very serious note. This is Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Okay, let's hear what the minister have to say in terms of the role and okay, let's listen.
The president's visitation on the projects today.
Mr. Minister, what's your general assessment about the touring today?
Well, gentlemen of the Fourth Estate and ladies, we'd like to say thank you to you first. We know it has been a long day. His Excellency the President has been with us throughout this day, and I'm sure that he has had a very good impression of what is happening in our communities, especially consistent with the mandate that he gave the Ministry of Public Works to make sure that community roads, feeder roads in Monrovia and its environs are paved. You know, we have a deadline of December 15 to make sure that these roads are at the level that the president will come and say, yes, these are the roads I asked you to do. And so today is the last inspection by the president before the deadline that he set. And so the next time you see the president out on these roads, he will be out to do dedication, and not formal dedication, but at least to see them and say, yes, the roads are completed, and what is the next step? But going around the communities today, we want to say thank you to Mr. President, because his presence in the communities continue to give our people hope. Once they see him, they know that these roads are not going to be like projects in the past, projects that were started and never had the opportunity of being completed, because he has made a commitment that whatever he promised during the campaign period will be delivered. And so the community roads is one of such promises that was made to the Liberian people. And so today we are pleased, we are very glad to thank His Excellency the President for keeping our feet to the fire, because his presence also in the field consistently tells us at the Ministry of Public Works that we need to work hard and work harder. We also like to use the opportunity to thank our contractors. The Liberian contractors, the non-Liberian contractors, all of our contractors are working together very hard to deliver. And I'm sure you will be the ones to go out and tell the real story and see why it is. Now,
about the president's visitation on the projects today.
Folks, that is the Minister of Public Works, Senator Nyipa himself. Very brilliant young man, and we really appreciate the effort that he's making. And the reason I've continued to play this video here is this. For me, the minister explanation was kind of a little bit funny to me, in that the president have given them mandate that the road must be completed at a certain time. But as an engineer and as the public works minister, he knows that these things are not done overnight. So you heard him. He said when the president ready, he can come out here, he will see our stopping point, and you're paraphrasing that. He will see our stopping point and say, okay, you guys have done well. And then he will come back for the formal dedication. That means the road will not be done the time the president wants. And before I jump onto the board here, this is what's going to be my launching point. The road condition in Liberia, somebody wrote here already, say the pure thing is in Monrovia, like Liberia. No, Monrovia, not Liberia. And that's one of the reasons why some of us will continue to talk. Those of us from the southeastern side will continue to talk, because we need roads in our area as well. And I think Dr. Weah and his people are concentrating on that, and we appreciate it. Okay. The roads construction and design, for me, what I have seen, they're not up to standard. And that does not mean it does not go against public works, because these brothers and sisters are public works. Let's be honest. These brothers and sisters are public works, highly educated. They can go any part of the world and make money, decent money. But they decide to stay. Here I am, Samson Toe. I'm over here. Why can't I even be home to suffer just like they are doing? So we appreciate their effort. There's no question. I'm not questioning their abilities. However, if I, Samson Toe, decide to take any position back home, knowing the consequence in terms of the living condition and everything else, first of all, if I leave from here and go to Liberia, they're not going to pay me the money I'm making here. So that first thing I will have to accept. But once I get there, there are two things I must not do. The fact that I'm making X amount of money here and I get to Liberia, they reduce it by X amount of dollar. So I want to make it up by doing things that are not necessary. Then I'm not true to myself and I'm not true to my God. Even if nobody see me. One point. Another thing is, if I decide to take a job, I should not say because we're in Liberia, so the standard that I'm used to in building roads, I will now lower it because I'm in Liberia. I'm not doing good for my people, and I'm not doing good for my profession. And this is exactly the point that I'm making. The people in public works are doing their best. But I'm not too sure if they even have standard national standard, or even a core. Well, I'm not going to go to core because core is pretty much is reference to building, vertical building that is. I'm talking about I'm talking about horizontal building, which is row. Vertical building that building houses and things like that. So I'm not dealing with that. Okay. So the point is this: if you're going to say you stay in Liberia to help our people, make the president to understand that their standard road construction, road design, their standard. The president is not an engineer. So if the president come to you and say, I want this road to be built in 3 months, first of all, first thing you need to tell the president, thank you, Mr. President, that's good. We can do it in 3 months. But let me give you a few alternatives. Number one, the road the condition of the area need to be steady. What exactly do we need? Why is it that we're going to put the road over there? Feasibility study. Based on that feasibility study, we will know what amount to apply and what kinds of design that is required. One, Mr. President, it will take us more than 3 months if you want road that will last you, that will outline your administration, that will carry on your legacy. Because most politicians believe in their legacy. So that when they're not in power tomorrow, people say they did this. Oh yeah, he did the wonderful thing. So as young as Dr. Weir is, I'm sure he will be alive when people are talking about his legacy. So I'm sure he doesn't want to build crumbling road that when he leaves off of the road will all be bad. So we'll be, oh, Dr. Weir be I'm sure he doesn't want that. So that type of information should be passed on to Dr. Weir. There's nothing else. You give him those alternatives. And if the president insists, no, I don't care. If the road lasts 2 years or so, it doesn't matter. Just build it. He's your boss. He's our boss. He's our president. He has a final say. But at least we have given him the information. Now, I'm not too sure if that has not happened. That's not what I'm talking about. Perhaps it did. I don't know. But I know Dr. Weir, the fact that he focused on roads, I'm sure he wants roads that will last. I don't think he wants road that will only be 2-year road. And that's why most politicians in Liberia right now, looking at the way the road condition is being built, the construction, the process of construction, they're calling it political roads. The opposition are referring to the hard-working people, hard-working process, referring to it as political road. Why would you not call it political road? Road building is not like a cake in a factory. Put it in, bake it, boom, bake it. I put another one in, bake it. No. You build those community road in the rainy season. What do you think gonna happen in 2 years from now? To be honest with you, what do you think gonna happen? The road was built in rainy season. Already, the area is in a swampy area. It's not high above the elevation, and I will speak to that later. The elevation of that place is not even higher, more than 100 feet above sea level. And you're going to build a road in a community during the rainy season. And when these kinds of things happen, then it make me to question, why are we doing this? What's going on? So those are the kinds of stuff that I'm going to be addressing later on. But today, I'm sure most of you, as soon as I hit the ball here, most of you will leave. That's okay. That's okay. But what I'm going to be doing on the ball is to show you, first I'm going to tell you what a road is. Okay? They call these things feeder roads and all that. If you look at the definition of a feeder road is, for example, you have a highway going Monrovia to Town. I love my town. Monrovia to Town. And then on the side, say about another 15, 20, 25 feet, you have another road that all of the community in that area use that road to connect to the highway. Feeder road. Listen to this. Feeder road. That means the road feeds most of the traffic into that highway. That's why they call it feeder road. So you don't build road farm to market road and you say that feeder road. What is road feeding? Self-centered. I'm just giving it to you. I don't mean to be criticizing. I'm just giving it to you. So anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. This is Sam Cinto Labran Public Radio. So rows. Okay, before I go on the board, I would like to talk about rows, slope, contours, elevation, and what are the instruments that you use. This is all survey. So let me now show you before I go on the road. Let me show you different type of survey instrument. The instrument that you need to build a decent road from a perspective of a designer. Okay, as a designer, what type of information you need to design a proper road. And later on, I will show you from the construction perspective what type of equipment, different type of equipments that I use. They don't just call it yellow machine. Those equipment have names, and I'll go through them because I not only am I an engineer, I also use the word construction, so I know a little bit of that. So let's look at this. Okay, the survey instrument that you're going to need. Uh, did I? Don't I have that? Hmm. I thought I did. I thought I did. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. That's fine. But I will tell you what the equipments are. Okay. On your far right, as you face the camera, like I said, some of you are gonna go. That's fine with me. We're gonna go through it. I'm gonna go through it anyway. And the reason I'm doing this so that when I start going into detail, because eventually I'm not just gonna come here and talk politics. I'm gonna come here and show you, so that when you see these people putting pictures on Facebook, you will start questioning the motives of some of the wrong things that they're doing. And if they're doing something good, you will have the knowledge to be able to praise them because you know what they're doing is good. Okay. On your far left, the little stuff over there is called level. Now, level is used to do road elevation and things like that. The other one next to it is called tripod. Tripod is where you set all the equipment on. Next to it is called rod. They got Philadelphia rod, they got Nikon rod, they got different type of rods. But the rod is there for you to read. You see the number over there? They got 8, 9, between 8 and 9. They got 8.1, 8.2, 8.3, 8, but you don't read it. They say 824, 834, 844, something like that. Okay, that's what they call rod. The other big one you see there is called total station. Now, total station nowadays is used to eliminate people using chain to measure. You have another point that I don't put on here. The total station, you have that point go all the way where you want the distance to be, and you shoot like a laser. The laser go and hit that reflector, and the reflector send the laser back to the instrument, and they measure the distance. They call it total station. They have other one called EDM, electronic measure distance. Okay, or electronic distance measure, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so those are the kinds of things you need to do most of the road design. Okay. Let's go on the board. ST, I'm ready for you. Folks, Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio. Let me now put myself on the board and see how far we're going to go this afternoon. Okay. Just stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Okay. Let's go now. Folks, those of you who want to stay with me and just watch how these things work, let's try. Let's try. Steve, take the camera on this side a little bit, and now you can zoom, you can turn it to me. Okay. Folks, at this time, don't worry about seeing me. Just worry about, pay attention to the ball. Okay. Wrong color. All right. Samson to. Let's first of all look at, I'll just read it, then I can go on. Let's look at row. What is the row? Okay. What is a row? All right. What is a row? What is a row? Estee, zooming on that. I'm not too sure. Okay, right there. Keep it right there. Okay. What is a row? A row can be thoroughfare. I'm not going to go through all of that. Route, way on land between two places. This is Town, and this is Monrovia. So I come from Monrovia. I'm going to Town. This road I need the road to take me to Town. All right. So that's road. Okay. A road can also be street. Okay. Lane. All right. So you have a road here. You have these people going this way. You have these people going this way. 12 foot, 12 foot. It's a lane, one lane going this way, another lane going this way. When you hear the Liberian government officials say $1 million per mile, okay, I will go into that. The question I keep asking there is it lane mile or just a mile? If it's lane mile, if this is one lane, and then from here to there is 1 mile, and coming back on this side, it's also 1 mile. So if you pay $1 million for this, then you have to pay $1 million for the other one. But they will not tell you that because they don't want, I don't know exactly what it is. They will not tell you that. Okay? So this is a question that I always ask, but I will go deep into that later. Okay? So it can be street, avenue, boulevard, turnpike, whatever you have, but it's a road. Okay. All right. So that's the quick definition of a road. All right. Let me take it out. I want you to pay attention to slope. And the reason why I want you to pay attention to slope, because slope, let me show you something quick. This is a roadway, a crooked roadway. What? For me, it's not crooked. It's all super. Okay, this is a roadway. Okay, and we have existing condition. Okay, when you see the dollar line, that means existing. When you see solid line, it means proposed or design. This is what I'm serious. This is the reason why I spent all the money for the bowl, because I want you guys to see what the people in Liberia are doing to us. Okay. Recently, no, on a very serious note, recently I got a design from Liberia. I was supposed to do some stuff for them, but I told them no, because this thing is not. I can't put myself into the kind of stuff. The end result is not going to be good. So I told them no. But here is what it did. I just show you. Okay, a car. Okay, this is a car, and this is another car. Okay, you got 2 lanes, one going, one coming. That's the kind of car we got in total. No, but on a very serious note. Okay, so you have this, but this is what people in Liberia send me. They have a, and I think it's the road that goes to, no, I better be careful here because if I call row, then they will know who the people are. So I'll not call row. But anyway, this is what it sent me. I'm just showing you a cross section. Okay? Say you have a row here and you cut it and you're looking that way. This is it. You cut like a bread and you cut it and you're looking inside. This is called cross section. Okay? And this is OG existing and this is slope. Okay, and I want you to pay attention to this. All right, so this is the center line. Okay, so I'm just putting all of this thing because as I'm putting them like this, there might be some of my friend engineer looking at it. So what kind of foolishness I'm putting on the both sides of them on like this? So I'm just, but folks, this is I will do better than this as soon as I get. But what I want you to see, what these people have done, and they're building the road that I'm talking about. They're building it right now. They did this. Okay, this is what they did. I don't know what. Okay, let me put it here. They have a condition, existing condition of a existing row. They have it like this. So they decided they're going to put new row on it. So the new row, they lift it up. And left it like that. Now you tell me this is the existing condition. This has to be filled in. Here you saw, look at this. Here I have the row. The row itself that stops here. They hang their row up and nothing here. There is no side slope. So first of all, the first question you have is this. What is the quantity? Because here I can calculate the quantity. Okay? They have what they call end area method. Okay, if this is area 1, okay, and I'm not going to go into the math right now, but this is area 1. Let's just say A1. And I do the same thing. And call this area 2. Okay? And find the square area of this. And it's easy to do. Let's just say the square area of this. If, let's just say 14 square feet. And this is 16 square feet. So in order for me to know what the area is, according to the calculation, A1 plus A2 divided by the distance. If this is station, and I'll talk about, I'm going way above myself right now. Station 300, and this is station 250. So from station 250 to 300, what's the difference? Okay, so you know. So the distance, if you add these two and divide the distance, that will give you the total numbers. That's how you do your estimate. But if these people roll nothing here, how do you even find the area? And these are the kind of things they expect to build in Liberia. How do you do that? Okay? This is completely something that I'm not prepared to be in. Okay? So I'm just showing you. But this is way ahead of me right now. Okay. Let me go on to the slope. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Let's talk slope. Let's talk slope. Slope. And the reason why you do slope, so that you will know if you have a row. What is the slope? Let's do something here. You have a row that doing something like this because this is the center line. Okay. 2%. 2%. In other words, you want water to flow away from your center. I keep telling you guys about the water. So you want to put a slope on your row so the water go away from your row. 2%. What is 2%? Okay, 2%. You know what that is? Okay. The slope comes about. The slope is something you have a, okay, you go here 2 feet, you go up 1 foot, you go up, go that way 2 feet, up 1 foot. So you see what is happening? This is your slope. So 2 to 1. 2 feet to 1 foot up. So basically slope, what I have here is I have slope. Slope is horizontal distance, okay, to vertical distance. So this is H to V. All right. But the reason why I want you to understand slope is 2 reasons. One is for you to understand why they have the slope on the road. Because the slope also determines what exactly your quantity of material is going to be. So it's very important to understand slope. Okay? Okay, like I said, this is not a classroom, so I'm not going through that. I'm just jumping here and there. Okay? So if you want to know what a slope, say for example, if you have one, I'm jumping above, I'm jumping over now. 1 to 2, or no, 2 to 1, sorry. 2 to 1. What does it mean? What do we say here? 1 over 2. Because the vertical divided by horizontal distance. So 1 over 2 is what? 0.5 times 100. What does it give you? 50%. So that's your slope. Okay? All right. This is Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio, Saturday morning, having fun with my son. I'm trying, and I want you to understand these things so that you will know when I'm ready to tell, because eventually I'm going to be doing some serial road design here. Okay? Samson to LIBERIA Public Radio. Very shortly here, so I want you to understand these things. So that when I start doing some design, you will understand it. Now let's look at this thing here. Those of you that are not engineers don't understand what these things are. Look at it. Okay, I'm going to draw another one. This I'm going to contour now. Okay. Okay. So no, let me. I guess I have to put some. Let me put it up here. Okay. So you see this circle in circle that I put here. I'm dealing with contour now. So this is sea level. Let's just say this line. And the way they measure elevation is a series of points. Before I do this, let's do this here. So each one of the grade, I have a point here. A point, a point, a point, a point, point on each one of these grades. So when I'm done, say this is 3, this is 4, 5, 6. So I come down here. Where's my, okay, I'll call this 6. Okay, I'll call this 4. All right, I'll call this 3. So now